Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video we'll be going over my trade journal of September. Now I am recording this on the 11th of October and that's just because I've been pretty busy with my work and everything else adding up, so it's a bit of a late recap, but it's still one that has to be done, of course, as I want to do these every single month, at the end of every single month, just so you guys can see my trading results. The month of September was the first red month that I've had since the beginning of this year. You can see here, if I go to the dashboard, it was a month where I ended up in -3 risk-reward ratio. Now we had again a -3 risk-reward ratio with a total of 6 losses and 1 win. This 1 win made 3R, the 6 losses made -6R, which results in a -3R month. We had 7 trades this month with an average of 2 per week. It's like 1.5 per week. We of course had 1 max winning streak with 4 losing streaks, as well, with the best performing pair, which was the one that we hit a take profit on, which was Bitcoin. Now if you go here, you'll see the month of September. I traded 7 times this month in total, and that is because I wanted to continue the trend from the previous month, which was August, which we'll go into a bit later as well. I can actually show you because I have it open here. The month of August, I traded a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and this was a very profitable month for me. If you go to the dashboard, we can see that we had 7.5 R made in August, so that was a very profitable month for me, only trading 5 times. So I was wanting to push that instead of forward and just try and trade not that much. That was a reason for me, right? So this month it resulted in -3R with our JPY, which was the first trade, which we have here, resulting in a stop loss. Then we had Euro AUD, which also resulted into a stop loss, which was this one. We then had Bitcoin, which resulted in a take profit, which was this trade. And this take profit actually made me a 3% or a 1.5% payout with FundedX. So even though this month I was unprofitable on stats, I still made a payout with FundedX. And actually in the beginning of this month, I believe it was the 1st or 2nd of September, I also got a payout. So technically in the month of September, I received 2 payouts while it being my worst month of the year. We then had out NZD, which was also a stop loss, Euro JPY, which was a stop loss, CAD CHF, which was a stop loss, and CAD JPY, who also was a stop loss. Let's now dive into the charts and see what these trades were about. First off, this trade on out JPY. This one was taken on the 1st of September, and it was a very clear high to low range on the 15-minute time frame, which right here as well, we had a very nice gap on the all hourly and all the other time frames. Even a 4-hour had a nice gap there. Now we did have some reaction coming into this trade, but eventually we just get pushed through. You see that this range completely gets invalidated. It's whatever, really. This range or this setup was completely according to my rules. We then had Euro AUD, which was this trade right. Give me a second, right here. Now this trade might have been a little bit rushed, but I was very much looking at an internal range play to the upside, and that's what this was. It was an internal range as we just broke structure to the upside here, and we then barely, but we did sweep through this high here, but we haven't closed above this yet. So what I was looking at is this range that was somewhere well within here to hold and then push to the upside, which is not what it did. It just continued on to the downside. It might have been a bit of a rush play, but I was very looking forward to this trade, and I actually thought this was a very good one, especially with these lows here too, which we covered, but you see after we swept those out, we just continued down. We then did have Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually this month of September was really good, and this is where I want to dive into this a little bit. So first of the month, or second, or whatever this day. It's actually the first, but also like the second. It's very close to each other. It doesn't really matter. We had this trade on Bitcoin, and this is not the winning trade that I took, but this is one that was sent out to my Discord by Yorkshire Ripper, who is a member of my HPT, or of HPT. Now I sent this trade out and I missed it, but this is a perfect play on Bitcoin, an absolute banger. And just this one trade that I missed would be able to recover all the losses that I had this month and ended me at -0. So I just want to preface that, right? One missed trade made it that I had a losing trade or losing month this year. It doesn't. I don't get affected by it, but it is something to put into perspective that a losing month of like -3, -6R, it doesn't really mean anything because it's just 1 or 2 trades away from being a break-even month. We then do have this trade, which I did end up taking, which was a very nice low to high, play on Bitcoin. Now, there was in my Discord some confusion about this being a possible break, but I very much explained to them why it wasn't and why I was looking at this bigger range. If you want to get that information too, you'd have to be in my Discord. I can't always share everything for free, but we had a pretty big gap up here and a gap down here. You see we get the sniper entry, and then eventually we just very nicely move to the upside. And then also a second trade that I did miss, but I was just because it was weekend on the markets, and I don't really trade the weekends for Bitcoin. It was this trade that Zen in my Discord did take. It was a very nice ratio to the upside and just a continuation of price action already being bullish, but just holding it throughout the weekends, which I'm not a fan of myself personally. So that was this trade, a very nice one on Bitcoin as well. But again, I only took this one. Then we do have out NZD, which I have here as well. It was this trade right here. It was a reversal to the downside with a very nice range, in my opinion. There was a 4-hour gap, I'm pretty sure, yeah, a bit above here, which had me very interested in this trade. You can see that when we get tapped into it, we do fall to the downside a little bit. So I was very hopeful for this trade, but eventually just tapped us out at stop loss. It's whatever. I don't really mind. It just happened. And then we do have two more trades, if I were to find them here in my list, which was CAD CHF. It was this range. Now this range is pretty big, but it is the external 15-minute with a break here. And then if we were to go to higher time frames, I'm pretty sure we'll find some sort of alignment as to why I did take this trade. I'm pretty sure on the 15 though, it was pretty clear. Yeah, we had a gap here and we had a gap below with liquidity right there, which was at our entry. I'm pretty sure I drew this out and I sent this to the Discord as a liquidity low. We then did get this nice run up and I was very happy. And then eventually we just went down. It's whatever though. You do see that we test the stop loss a couple more times before now running to the upside. It's unfortunate, but it happened. And then we had CAD JPY. Now CAD JPY was about the same time there as CAD CHF, but this trade actually ended up hitting our TP after sweeping us out. So you'll see here that we have a very nice gap here in price, which ends up tapping and falling down. But what we do is we come up, sweep out the high that we had our stop loss at, and then we fall to the downside, unfortunately without us. So that was my month of September. Again, it was the first month this year that I am in the red. I'll show you my total yearly performance of this year so far. To a 52% gain. In the beginning of this year, I risked a little bit less than 1% on some trades, or 1 hour or whatever, and I noted that in my journal. But as you guys should know by now, that I risk a lot more or a lot less on certain things, so I just keep everything at 1% risk in this journal, because on some challenge accounts I risk 1.5 to 1.75%, and on my funded accounts I risk between 0.5 to 0.75% on a trade. So for that, the total percentage gain should be just looked away at, but we should mostly focus on the total R gain, which is 56%. You'll see here I started journaling this in March, which was 8R, 15R, 14R, 8, 2, 7.5, 3, and 4. Now, I did get some comments about this being fake. I would ask you, one, if this was fake, why would I not make this to a higher number and add it out to -3, right? There's a reason it's there. It's because it's not fake. And to combat that, start of next year, when we start journaling all over again, I will probably be linking in my FX book to my trade accounts to copy trade every single thing I do, just to make sure that people kind of say this is fake, because I'm working hard for this. I've worked hard for these results, and I don't like being discredited on my results. You'll see here as well, because we are already in October and it's the 11th, so 11 days have gone by. We are 4 hours up for October. I'll give you a very quick sneak peek. These are the 4 trades that we took: a loss on Euro CHF, a loss on Euro AUD, and then a win on out CHF and a win on Bitcoin. Now this win on Bitcoin again landed me a funded X payout. It was a 1.9% payout this time. I was 0.5% in drawdown on that account, but now I'm back up because I risked 0.70 or 0.8% technically to 2.4% win, minus the 0.5% I was in drawdown is 1.9%. So that payout is pending. I bought a new account to replace that one. So for now, that account is just going to be waiting for a payout, which I believe is next Friday. So in 6 days from now, I'll be able to request it. If you guys want to get updated on the payouts or the trades that I do take, I don't share them live, but I do share them afterwards in my Discord, which is discord.gg/hptrading. Same goes for my Instagram and all the other things, but they will be in the comments section of this video because YouTube doesn't like me and do not let me post a description on my videos. If you guys are interested in trading with me, every single trade that I do take, and I can show you this, guys, this now because there's no active trades, I do send out here in the Discord with a video explanation as well, here and there on the trades. So yeah, that is what I do as well for the Discord, for the people that are in there wanting to learn the strategy that I do trade. What I do have to say is that the results that I get will not be the same results that you get. And I think people misconstrue this. This is going to be like the end of the video, so just wanted to say this for the final part. I'm profitable with my strategy. It might not always look that way because of how my journal looks here, but I've gotten payouts with this strategy for a couple months now consecutively, and I've been seeing my portfolio grow. There's a reason for me that it works, and it could be a reason for you that it doesn't work. So if you are trading right now with this strategy without my help, you can just simply send me a message on Discord, and I'll see if I can help you for free along the way. I won't, of course, be giving you all the sauce that I give the guys in HPT, because I do have to keep that community, of course, performing better than the rest. But there should be a reason as to why you're not performing the way that I am performing, and I really want to help you reach that goal that you have. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure to turn on your bell notifications. Like this video if you haven't already. Go follow my socials. Go join my Discord. And I'll see you guys in the next video.